Ooh, I got lucky on that one.
Howdy, and welcome to the Texas Bucket List. My name is Shane McAuliffe, and this week we have a little fun, find a fine steak, and rest up at an extravagant hotel in Big Spring. First up, let's have some fun. Over in Austin, as the capital city continues to grow, it's getting hard to find places that have prominence. Well, that is unless you like the game of mini golf. The ever-changing skyline of Austin is unrecognizable from the time when I grew up in Round Rock back in the 80s. Watching fireworks from auditorium shores was always a highlight of my childhood summers. But sitting in that park, I always knew there was something close by that would be worth begging Mom and Dad to take me and my siblings to: Peter Pan Mini Golf.
We're just simple, old school. Nostalgia is our drawing card.
Margaret Dismukes-Masad also grew up in this area, and she too has seen a lot of changes.
Things were a lot slower in the 60s and 70s and a lot weirder.
But there's been one constant in her life: the putt-putt course that was started by her family.
It was started by my dad and his brothers. My dad, Glenn Dismukes, two brothers, Jack and Clifford Dismukes, opened operations here in 1948. At the time it was called Varsity Links. Didn't look like it does today, didn't have all the sculptures, but it was a simple golf course, and over the years it evolved.
With a city exploding around it, Peter Pan Mini Golf gives folks the old school Austin feel. It's quirky, weird, and a staple that doesn't change.
There's an emotional part of this is old Austin. This is the old Keep Austin Weird. And people that have been around any length of time, this is what they connect with old Austin, and they're desperately wanting us not to become another cookie cutter city that, you know, everything gets raised and we just build condo buildings, but to keep these things that make it special. By and large, 99% of the comments are, don't ever change, keep it, keep it, keep it. So that's our desire, to keep that it's part of the culture of Austin.
There aren't any neon lights, loud music, or animatronic animals blocking your ball from making it into the hole. This is a simple course with a few fun figures that have stood the test of time.
We do have Peter Pan, we do have Captain Hook, and we have Tinkerbell, but then we have a whole bunch of other stuff that's very eclectic and doesn't have anything to do with Peter Pan. It was just whatever struck his fancy.
You see, it was Margaret's dad, Glenn, who made all these crazy characters. Each and every one was handcrafted by Glenn over the 60s and 70s, and each of them found a place to perch on a hill at Peter Pan Mini Golf.
Out in the backyard and in our garage, he was always carving and making new things.
So over the years, he would just kind of place them as soon as he got them done? And
Yep, it just evolved over time. He created the Peter Pan, the T-Rex, a whole bunch of the original characters, all scattered throughout the golf course. Most of them just modeled after a ceramic piggy bank, or Peter Pan was modeled after the Jolly Green Giant and on the green bean can, and T-Rex was just, he loved dinosaurs. He had a thing about dinosaurs, so he created the T-Rex. So it's very eclectic, and we do have an artist now that keeps things painted and maintained.
While the characters might have a fresh new paint job that's a funky reimagining on the outside, the spirit of these statues hasn't changed, and neither has their positions on the putt-putt course. That's especially important for two pieces in particular.
That is the most iconic shot, and that's probably the most sentimental to me, is just standing below and looking up and seeing Peter Pan with the T-Rex towering over him.
With nearly 80 years of history on this hill, the fate of Peter Pan Mini Golf is the true hazard on this golf course, considering they still have to lease out the land on which the 36 holes sit.
The gentleman that owned the land back in the 50s, when he died, he left it to be used for the benefit of the orphans of Texas.
oh,
It went into a trust that went to the Texas Youth Commission that has now become the Texas Juvenile Justice Department. So all the monies raised off this property and others that are in the trust all go towards youth programs. Last year, when our lease renewal became a little bit uncertain, our fans just came out in droves and just said, well, what are we gonna do? Because this is part of Austin. We are ready to get the troops together. We have every confidence that we'll be able to work with the Juvenile Justice Department and sign another long-term lease like we have in the past.
So folks keep putting away and pulling for Peter Pan Mini Golf to continue its iconic run in Austin.
Well, this is old school mini golf. The people of Austin are really desperate to keep not just ours, but other older businesses like ours. People don't want Austin to just look like another rubber stamp city, but these are the things that made Austin unique.
Well, thanks for watching this segment of the Texas Bucket List. To see more, be sure you subscribe to our channel, and to see full episodes, become a member. In the meantime, you can also shop our store at the Texas Bucket List Store and Studio.